Nobody asked, and we listened, sharing all Josh and I's favorites in all kinds of categories. Plus, this week's Wet Spaghetti. Let's bring back the magic.
Bring back the magic for all to see. Together we'll discover all the joy and glow. In every story, there's a little bit of gold. Join our podcast adventure, let the magic unfold.
Welcome to another episode of Bring Back the Magic podcast. This episode is brought to you by Theme Park Chuckle, as always. Of course, why wouldn't it be? Go on Theme Park Chuckle and grab yourself a Disney-based t-shirt or two. Some are humorous, much like this Trader Sam's Diabetes Tiki Bar shirt. With drinks this sweet, you'll lose your feet. Available on Theme Park Chuckle, right? Meow.
I think they're all humorous. I don't think they do serious shirts.
With that being said, I am one of your hosts. I'm Josh.
And I am his sister, Gina. And for those of you just joining us, welcome aboard. Please make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you are watching this.
Or the cheeky button.
Dang it. Missed my nose. On YouTube. If you are listening on Spotify, thank you. Please be sure to hit the follow. Also, we love your comments, guys. So thank you. Keep them coming. And follow us on all forms of social media at BBT Magic Podcast so you don't miss a minute of the magic on either Instagram, TikTok, or even Facebook.
Yes, ma'am. And this program is rated TV 14, so you younger viewers have your parents' permission if you're going to watch said program. But I have a feeling you'll be fine. Yeah, little buggers.
Fine.
So here's a dirty joke for you. No, I'm just kidding.
There once was a man from Nantucket.
There once was a girl from Gretsch. No, I'm just kidding. So...
Guys, again.
I went to by the way, I'm wearing some jewelry today. So, in going through the things that are in my Disney memories box, ironically memories of things you didn't remember to give back to Disney, much like this, hold your place in line, show us the time it took to get to the front of the line. I still have this. So, whatever ride this came from, sorry, there's about a 4 to 5 year wait.
I was going to say that. There's a 4 to 5 year wait on that.
But
oh my God.
Makes for a great piece of Disney jewelry now.
Yeah. Jewelry.
Now they just track you on your magic band saying that person went through the gate. And then they know where you live and everything
I didn't realize. Is that how they do it now?
Yeah, it's everything's magic band. Same thing when you get your pictures.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah,
I knew the pictures
once you go
that.
through like little checkpoints, they know who they're monitoring.
Right. But I've heard a lot of people say that they've tested that theory on the wait time and the actual wait, and it always ends up being less, which is a good thing.
Didn't say it was accurate. I just said it's probably that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so great, another episode. This is our 21st.
Lucky 21.
21. Actually, 21 is my lucky number. Yeah.
Is it?
So I mean that's
Is it?
I feel like you're just being mean to be mean now.
Sorry.
Anyway, happy 21st.
I love it. I never
Loser.
get sick of the
I
confetti.
need to
Sorry
have,
on
like, a
Spotify, you can't see our confetti, but that's why you should check it out.
Confetti. We got the golden buzzard over there.
Check our show out on both. We appreciate you watching it 2 times, especially the ones that are over 90 minutes long. Please commit. I'm sure nobody has a job. They just have time to watch our podcast.
Well, let's watch these two chuckleheads.
If you're driving from here to California, you can watch our entire Disney Cruise series.
I like the fact we finished up. It was exactly a 3-hour
tour.
It was a 3-hour tour with my friend Gilligan over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing like some callbacks.
Yeah.
But for this episode, we're going to be speaking about our Walt Disney World favorites. We're not going to get into it just yet because you know anything about Gina and I. We don't get to the point until much later. So if you've watched 21 episodes, this is not a shock.
Right.
Okay. So as far as small talk goes today, what do we got for him, Gina? What are we talking about?
I was thinking our next scheduled trip together is in November. I know that you will be making a little jaunt down. I'd love to get down there before November, but just there's so many things that factor in. Obviously, cost of like travel, and I think I'm out of DVC points, and then making sure my son is cared for, our mom is cared for. So
that's what prevented you from going with me August and
I just don't know that I'll be able to make it as much as I would love to, but I'm very much looking forward to November. It's going to be very fun. I have a trip again in January as well. But we have talked about again, I know we say this at nauseum, but we're so excited for all the friends we've made in the Disney community. And only 2 of you have we actually gotten to meet in person thus far, which is Rob and Teresa, and had a blast and look forward to seeing them again. But we really do want to do a meetup in November on a particular day and time.
Regina had promised me banana pudding. So, like, Regina, I'm coming for you. Or just Gina. I guess she just goes by Gina.
Yes.
But
so we'd love
I
to
have
do
to
it.
say Regina because Gina's across from me too.
Yeah.
So.
So if any of you have ever done Disney meetups, we'd love for you to drop in the comments how that went down. Really, the place is what we're thinking about, because I feel like, not that we're expecting some swarm of 2,000 people by any means, but I just want to make sure it's
Stay back, both of
that
you.
we're not just like
Both of you.
standing around. Like, God bless Rob and Teresa. We met them at the Pooping Walt, and we just kind of stood around and talked for a little bit, which
Where
was
all
awesome
the people
and fun.
gathered. Walt can get no privacy.
But obviously, we're not going to meet in a restaurant and so many bars, like finding space. So I'm just trying to figure out. It's going to be food and wine, so maybe somewhere in Epcot, like that's a good spacious area where we could like grab drinks and hang out for a little bit would be nice.
Yeah, we got to figure out.
But yeah, we would like to do that. So if you have ever done a Disney meetup, like a group of them, not just a one-on-one, drop comments down below, whether it's Spotify or YouTube. Let us know. Obviously, you can also shoot us a DM on our socials. But I would love to know, because I'd love to make it happen. I think it'd be so fun.
Well, we love this Disney community. That's the thing. It's like we mention a lot, and it's community, and we absolutely adore the people that we interact with. There's so many great people that we've gotten to know through the Instagram channel, especially, and it's mainly attributed to Gina, because Gina's like a whiz, and I keep complimenting her that she's gonna get a bigger head than it already is, which is impossible. If you saw me and try to zoom out the camera, I mean the camera's all the way across the room.
I'm not gonna lie, these ears are tight.
Yeah. Well, you picked them. So, but no, all the interaction, like, if Gina, if you've sent a message anywhere towards the Bring Back the Magic page, you've been replied to in about 2.2 seconds. And it's like I was thinking, how fast does she type? And I realized Gina voice texts everything, basically.
Not everything, but I do a lot.
But a good amount of things. And I was like, oh, that's why. I was like, I can't type that. If you gave me $1 million, I couldn't type this 3 sentences she sent me back.
I do like voice text.
I'm like, hey, I like that. Oh, God, by the way, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I just hit send. Anyhow, but it's wonderful.
So it goes. And then there's friends that we made, obviously, pre-podcast. Like, we talk all the time about Rachel, who we met on the Disney Wish. And our regular friends outside of podcast world, which are people like, Stephanie and Caitlin that have been on our bonus episodes. So
we actually renamed the bar on the Disney Wish McHugh's. It is not Keg and Compass anymore. Yes. It is now McHugh's.
Yes. And
in your honor, Rachel, just so you know.
So Stephanie and Caitlin will actually be with us during that trip as well. So those of you who want to get their autograph, the Trivia Master Bigfoot,
and the Biggest Loser,
want to help Caitlin learn more about Walt Disney.
Everybody, you know what you do? Bring her some books.
Yeah, so maybe we'll have a big trivia.
What food is it you can eat that helps your brain?
I don't know, but give me some.
Brain. Get a bottle of Alpha Brain and a Disney guidebook.
Some people are just not good test takers, Josh.
Well, you know what? They need to be.
Yeah, but so we'd love to do that, guys. We'd love to be able to meet up with some people. I also would be remiss if I did not explain to you guys that as I sat down for today's episode, my loving brother had bought me a pair of earrings that you're not going to be able to see up close enough on YouTube, but they're freaking Stitch. And I had them on my studio desk, and I was like, the lengths the man will go to torment me. I still keep scanning the studio, wondering where else he's hidden that blue goblin around here that I haven't yet figured out.
There, you'll find them. Look harder.
I see the one in group, but I haven't yet found any. And you told me not to look around too much because I guess you don't want me to ruin the magic.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So. So there's that.
Anyway, but yeah, so we will be there in November, and we would love to see you guys early November. 3rd to the 10th are my dates. So
I feel like at some point, I was throwing this around. I know I talked about in the last episode Disney Day Drinkers, and they have their challenge coin for their people, that are in that group, which I have one because I indeed am a Disney Day Drinker. I would love to do one for whatever we end up calling the people that follow the show. Because I know Gina put out a social media post about what should we call us. I think one of the suggestions was backers.
Adventures with Rob said backers, which was so funny because my first thought, like, oh, bring backers. Oh, backers, like because they back our show, and then it's like bring back the magic. That's cute. So that was the first one that came to my mind. And then God bless Callie.
Better mine, lunatic. Why do you watch us?
Poor judges of character.
The bar is set really low, apparently, because we're awful people. Just kidding.
Callie
We love
had
you
said
guys.
that the only thing she could think of related to wet spaghetti or chicken parm was like, this is an Italian cooking podcast. I was like, not yet, but that does seem to be where we're going. Turkey,
Well, you got two
lobster.
Italians on it, so you're
Yeah,
like, here you
funiculi,
go.
funicola.
You're like, here it is. The pizza
So we don't
Dough
know yet.
podcast.
We will take suggestions until we lock it down. But I think you were saying you wanted a challenge coin for.
Yeah.
Our
So I'd
followers,
love to do
fans of our
something like
show.
that. Maybe to the people that follow the show and everything, we can have something we
Yes.
send to our
That'd be
loyal
fun.
faithful.
That'd be really fun.
Anyway, so that being said, let's get into this week's
Wet
Spaghetti.
I love that we both did hand gestures, even though the logo's on the screen. You
Oh.
couldn't even see them.
I
Spaghetti.
don't know if I do jazz hands
'Cause
for
it's spaghetti.
You know, next time,
Their
no.
fingers are like
next time we go
noodles.
to an Italian restaurant, say, I'll take the spaghetti. What do you think it's going to do? Jump out of the closet and scare you? That's me, Uncle Spaghetti. Just out the joint. Anyway, look. So, wet spaghetti this week. What you got for us?
This will come as no surprise to anyone who knows me, but
It has
or follows
alcohol
our
in it?
social. No.
Okay.
I heard that the Grand Floridian will be bringing back their tea room, not in the place it was previously, because spec drawings make it look like something else is going there. And I really do think that might be the band coming back, which would also be nice because it looks like they're putting stained glass windows there. And if they were putting a band, maybe so people aren't staring at the back of the band when they walk by. But I don't know. But I do feel like, and I have heard that the Grand Floridian Cafe will either be completely converted to a tea room or at the very least will add a formal tea service, which again, I still want a place that's just tea, but a formal tea service back into action at the Grand Floridian because it absolutely deserves it. Everyone misses it. And no disrespect to the Grand Floridian Cafe. It's a lovely establishment, but I do think a tea would flourish there. It is not the same just because there's one at Cake Bake Shop because they only have a small fraction of the restaurant they do that in. And it is, I think, like, it's a very small amount, and it is obviously supplemental to the rest of their menu. Whereas at the Garden View Tea Room, it was all they did. So that's what I would really love to see. But I heard the tea will be
Well, from your
coming
lips
back.
to Disney's ears, and they've responded.
Denied.
Just kidding.
That's
So
my
I
wet
heard-
spaghetti.
So I heard, rumor has it, from high up, people are taller than me, that the Disney Cruise Line will now be doing an overnight stay at Castaway Cay. And with that overnight stay, they will be doing a luau on the beach to take place of the one they used to do at Polynesia.
I love
But it will
this wet
be a
spaghetti.
Moana themed luau.
I love
So
this wet
they're going to
spaghetti.
do that for that so that you don't have to get all aboard by like 5 o'clock when the fun's just beginning. So you get to do that at
Yes,
dusk.
that
You don't
would
get
be
on the thing until
amazing.
after that, and you have another full day. So you get 2 days at
What
Castaway
a
Cay.
genius idea by Disney.
Yeah,
That
Disney,
is
you guys are really tearing it up.
Really amazing.
And speaking of people that are unemployed right now that might need a position to come up with more ideas for you.
The wet spaghetti. Josh has been hired as a consultant
Yeah.
by Walt Disney.
So spaghetti me on in there.
So
okay?
let's
Because
throw
I need-
that rumor around.
If
and
you
see
just
what
want somebody to
sticks.
hang out in the corporate offices and give you spaghetti jazz hands, I'm your man's. Yeah, so there is
I love those wet spaghettis, and I would love to see those stick.
Yeah, let's throw it at the wall.
Yeah.
Better than yeah.
Remember your sound of spaghetti?
And by the way, Disney, if you're watching, I didn't steal this. I found it on eBay, I swear.
Yes.
And I totally don't have 2 of them. Like so this will be you know what? By the way, this will be one of the giveaways for our like say 4,000 followers.
Say
You
4
will-
million.
Yeah. Let's double our following or make it 400,000 times more. Anyhow, so this episode, we're going to be covering our Walt Disney World favorites. And the reason I say Walt Disney World favorites, because if we just put the thing in there and said, this is our Disney favorites, everybody would be like, what, hate on Disneyland? No, we don't hate on Disneyland. I
But
actually
we're
really
local.
love-
We're
I
not
really
local,
love
but that's our home park.
Disneyland, but this is a Disney podcast, but more so geared towards Walt Disney World.
Right.
So we're
That's
going to
where
go
we
down a
frequent.
list of a pre-selected bunch of different things. Maybe throw a couple curveballs in there.
I
here
wouldn't
and there.
call this research, but I would call it prep on our part, which is a huge step
Well,
forward
you have
for
to be
us.
because honestly, you guys don't want to watch us go like this for a couple minutes. This podcast is long enough as it is, as you mentioned by our 3-hour tour of the Disney cruise. So First question, Gina.
Okay.
Okay, we'll each answer this independently or as fast as we can.
Good, because
just kidding.
many of these I have multiple answers. I was like, Josh, give me back because
Disney favorites.
I can't. Some of them I can't choose just
There
one.
is, and I'll have some ones that I'll split. Kind of, I'll split time with too.
Okay.
So this one I actually do have two answers for different reasons. But time to visit. So what's your ideal time to visit? Your favorite time to visit Walt Disney World? Gina, go.
Number one.
You're out of time. I'm sorry. We have run out of time. Go
I'm
ahead.
going to pick. I have three. No, I have two. No, I have three. I'm going to pick. My first one is.
There's only 12 months in the year. You 25% in me. God. Good.
I am going to say
Thursday.
November. November.
Because your birthday.
Mainly because I think the weather is very comfortable. I love it when the holiday decorations are up. So as long as it's a part of November where everything is up, I think the crowds are comfortable as well. I just love the vibe of it at that time. So while there are other times that I enjoy other aspects, because I do love Flower and Garden Festival, I just feel like if I had to pick one trip a year, it would be November.
Okay. What's your second runner-up?
January or March, because I think January crowds are very low. The temperature, again, it's going to be cooler but comfortable. And I do enjoy Festival of the Arts, but March, I would say March, April, you get a little into spring break
Flower
people.
Garden?
Flower and Garden, yeah.
Yeah, so it's funny how excuse me. It's funny how our stuff equates to times of the year, mainly for like Epcot events a lot of the times. So my probably go-to would be September, October. September's still a little hot. Still scorching in, the hell
I used to go
sauna.
September all the time, and it just got to be too hot.
It's
We
hell
always did
sauna
Labor
when
Day, yeah.
you get to Orlando in September a lot of times now. So
A lot of hurricanes.
yeah, weather's a factor. But I like September, October, and Food and Wine. I can't do dead of summer for Food and Wine when it's like towards the beginning of August and everything else. I just can't do it anymore. But the other one would be the same, March for like end of Festival of the Arts, beginning of Flower and Garden at Epcot. And Epcot's absolutely gorgeous for a Flower and Garden. So all those festivals and everything have some really nice things. And I might be off with my timing, but
I was going to say, I find it interesting because you said in a previous podcast that your family loves the fall and Halloween, but you like the Christmas decorations, and you pick times where there's no Christmas decorations.
Yeah, I didn't say I wasn't a hypocrite.
Although they have had some up in January still. People talked about
feelings, not facts. Okay. So, no, but I do enjoy seeing the decorations for it. But that's not like I want to take a week-long vacation. I'd like to do a short trip in the winter.
Okay.
I'm stoked about going in November again to do some things. I love the Very Merry Christmas. Is probably my favorite.
To the beat.
Out of the after-hour stuff, I'm looking forward to doing Jollywood.
Yes, me too.
For that.
First time ever.
So that being said,
Okay.
we'll go into our favorite theme park. Gina, what's your favorite theme park?
MGM.
And we'll preface this, guys.
R.I.P.
It can be past, present.
Okay. Because if it's past, present, future, you know I'm going to pick MGM 100%,
And
followed
these answers
by
can say it's your
classic
favorite.
Epcot.
That's what I should have said in the beginning. And this can be classic things that are no longer there.
Okay.
They can be anything because obviously things change.
Then
you still have your
honestly,
favorites even if
it's
they're gone.
really a toss-up for me between old school Epcot when Future World was futuristic and MGM when it was
Yeah, I'd be
literally
hard-pressed
about the
to do
movies. Those are
anything that's Communicore days for me, though.
But I will say something that's very hard for me when these lists come up, and I've talked about this recently on social, is that I do think that Magic Kingdom is the best park in the sense of it's the one of the most representative of Disney because it's something for everybody globally. It's like the Disney magic, the Disney characters. It's Walt's dream. Like it's Walt had his hands on it. That to me is like you're no Disney.
I'm still aggravated about the loss of the Eiffel Tower. I feel like that was completely.
But you're not Disney World without the Magic Kingdom. You can be Disney World without any of the other parks. It may not be everyone's favorite, but you're not Disney World without the Magic Kingdom. So that's why I feel like it's a very important distinction to make. But old school MGM, old school Epcot are my favorites. But the park I'd spend the most time in these days is definitely going to be Epcot. What about you?
I would say Epcot because Epcot is, I feel like it's the most chill park for me to get into. I feel like it's number one to me, even the Animal Kingdom is bigger. It's the most spacious in the terms of when you're trying to walk down. So it's very wide walkways. It's very easy to navigate certain areas unless you get down by like where they do like the Honey Bistro and all that stuff, like in that like corridor of hell where you go through like from like Journey over into like World Showcase. But TV 14. But it is because like you get in certain areas where I've said this time and time again. Why do people's like just like I guess common sense leave them when they walk through the gates? I think the turnstile at each park immediately rips that from them. Yeah. So like people that do this, like you could have a handicapped person and they park them in the exit of the ride. Like literally everybody's walking, they're like, okay, be back, grandma. And you're like, what are you doing? Nobody can get around you. And then everybody like, because you don't want to touch somebody else's grandmother to roll her out of the way and hope you don't hit a hill and go
live
green.
By. Don't touch someone else's grandmother.
Oh, that was the other thing. Okay, quick story.
Oh, no.
So I'm waiting on our last trip. I'm waiting for everybody to come out of PhilharMagic. And my mother, I had gotten her a wheelchair that I push her around. And I'm sitting on the exit of the thing. I don't know if I've told this in the pipe. We've had 21 episodes. I could have. Anyway, strap in and listen again because it's Uncle Josh's story time. So I'm sitting back in this thing because you're with a wheelchair. I'm not going to stand next to it. I got a seat. I'm like, I don't have to worry about sitting on a curb or something dirty, whatever else. I'm like, and Magic Kingdom's pretty clean. So I'm right outside the end of Peter Pan's Flight and the exit of PhilharMagic. Sitting there. And this is where like no stroller parking, no blah, 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 this kind of stuff. But it's more like handy. You could probably park scooters there for handicap stuff. So I'm sitting there just kind of on my phone, glance up, and I catch out of the corner of my eye this older woman in her little buggy.
ECV.
You know, like her little ECV. It's a rental from Scooterbug or whatever. Shout out Scooterbug. Rest in peace, whatever the other one was. The Buena Vista Rentals. Scooters. Yeah, so coming at me. And then I get the feeling she's not going to stop. So I'm like, the look of terror comes over my, and I'm kind of like trying to like brace for impact. And then I get this. Now I know she's going to hit me because I get the wobble. She's like one of these. I'm like, oh no. And she goes, boom. It hits me in the side. And I grab the thing and make sure she's okay. Yeah. And I say, you okay, man? And she gets out. She's a little foreign lady. She's like, I'm fine. And then doesn't say I'm sorry, mi scusi, anything. She literally just barrels into me. And I'm like, but full on hits me in the leg. And I'm like, this is Disney. This is the magic of Disney. And somebody can just full on run into you in a little scooter cart. And I was like, I've been assaulted in the Magic Kingdom by this little. Then she gets out and walks away. I'm like, don't try to limp away from this like I did something. Try to get some insurance money out of me. I have done. I don't have a job. I don't have a job. Anyway, so that's a short story. But what were we saying? We were at Epcot.
You said it's the most spacious.
It is the most spacious.
Don't leave your grandmother. You were talking about common sense.
Exactly. Sorry for my tangent.
Okay.
But I will tell you this. As you go around Epcot, I mean, I feel like the things having all the things you can get on rides, you can just chill out in the park areas. As much as I give them crap about the new area, which I really feel like the fountain should have been a part of that. I know a shout out to official JVTV. Like he said, the same to bring back some water into the parks. I'm like, I really feel like they could have had a water feature in that middle section. That middle section where Walt is. You could have just put, even if it's just a fountain of any kind that's just bring something in there. Journey into Water's nice, but it's really, I think it's still disjointed, so I'll disagree with them there. Not the best addition for me into that. Just because I feel like it doesn't fit that kind of theming. But I do enjoy like the little park areas and things where you can sit down with some food, maybe from the festival favorites booth and everything. You can grab it. You can sit down. There's actually some places you can eat there and more congregation areas. Yeah. So that I don't mind. So Epcot's always been my favorite because I can go around there, do a lot of things. I can chill. I can people watch. I can grab something great to eat. I can go to my favorite places. I can just kind of be free flowing. Right. I don't have to have a real agenda there. I'm not like, oh, I got to race to this. And remember, Epcot, there's not like they don't do like the stuff with the marching bands anymore that go through the park. Like I know you marched through Epcot one time with your drill team. They don't do a lot of that stuff and like the cavalcade kind of thing. So you're really not blocking any things. It's just people that really don't know how to walking ahead of you.
That's why you can tell when it's a crowded Epcot day because you're aware because there is like a thick crowd grouping as you're walking around World Showcase. Whereas like on an average crowd day, you're not going to feel that.
And everybody does the Disney walk where they're walking same pace as you and then immediately want to stop abruptly and turn immediately face to face and be like, and you're like, ah!
Just stopping in general, even if you don't turn, it's like, just come on now. It's like a road. You wouldn't just stop in the middle of a road.
We're talking about social graces, and I think I want to put together a list at some point of things to do and not do. Like in the thing is, if you're going to stop when you're walking in Epcot, walk to the side. You want to talk to people. Don't stand in the middle because you're in where people are trying to walk. And a lot of times, I realize this because I'm not handicapped, but I'm pushing my mother who's in a wheelchair by choice, not by prescription. But she's I'm trying to push her up there and it's hot and I'm trying to get through and somebody's standing right in front of you. You want to be conscious, and I'm actually a nice person, believe it or not. You can't tell by looking and listening to me. But I don't want to jam somebody in the back of their legs. I don't want to hurt somebody. I don't want to hit them in the ankles unless I have to.
Good to know.
Because Rubbin's racing. And I'm like, if you're going to come up to me and try to start some stuff.
Rubbin's racing.
I'm like, here you go. I'm like, knock the other way. I always like to go up next to other people in wheelchairs when I'm like, want to race? I'm like, come on. I got you. Just we want to have fun too. Got to make light of some things because you never know somebody's day you might make them smile. But again, walking through the parks,
Yeah.
you got to have some space to get through, and some of these social graces people don't have. So Epcot, back to that. I know the tangent ended.
30 minutes in, and we're on number 2.
It's 25 minutes and 30 seconds. But all right, so attractions. What is your favorite attraction? Go.
This falls under 2 categories for me.
Okay.
Favorite, as in don't take it away, nostalgic. I cannot choose between these 3 because
I
it's
know the People Movers on there.
People Mover, Carousel of Progress, and Living with the Land. I can't lose those. I love them. They're chill. They're just great attractions for me. I will never, ever, ever not love those attractions. So those, do I think they're the best attractions at Disney? No. If I'm looking for something fun and enjoyable, I do love Guardians. I do think Guardians is just such a fun ride. I love how the music changes it every time. I even enjoy the queue.
They play conga.
I even love the queue area. It's still, I really do love that ride. As far as it's just a lot of fun for me.
No, I agree. I think that's a solid ride. I think my favorite attraction, it's not some nostalgic rides, anything else. It does fall in that category though. My favorite ride will always be Haunted Mansion.
Yes,
Haunted Mansion is my thing.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
I know you
I
love
haven't had
Haunted
a
Mansion.
chance to use that. But yes, Haunted Mansion is my favorite ride at Disney.
Yeah.
Because that's what somebody said. Would you remove something from, I think it was Austin that had?
Yeah, when we were on that, he
asked
said if you had to remove one land.
And I said
Magic
Liberty
Kingdom.
Square. I said, even though it's exactly where my favorite ride is. And I'm like, I'd lose it because I'm like, I just feel like it's like, yeah, I could do without it. So that's me. Haunted Mansion in a nutshell. Okay. I love the theming. I think the ride's done incredibly well.
I said I will stand.
I think it stands the time. And it's also more, like you said before on
Austin's podcast.
on his podcast, it was the fact that it's got more,
they don't make rides like that
technological-
anymore. They don't make rides like that where from the second you step foot on that ground, everything is themed. The cast members are in
Do you want
in
an
character.
interesting factoid?
Sure.
And it's not something by actual facts, so I didn't look this up or anything, but I'm going to tell it because I've been around it enough.
Okay.
That ride is not broken down like the other ones are. Like you might have they stop, they have to get somebody on that's handicapped, somebody off that's handicapped,
Right.
They have some little issues. Very rarely does that ride go down where it's inoperable because the ride's not functioning. Mm-hmm. That is not the same you can say for a lot of these more technological rides. They're like, oh, here, it's down again. It's down again. Rise has that problem all the time. And it's
the
probably the most
opposite
involved
of Frozen
ride.
Ever After. It's the opposite of Frozen Ever After. It is themed every inch, every minute of that ride, every second of that ride is immersive. Whereas it's not vignettes. It's not little spots where you're just seeing things here and there. They do not make rides like that anymore. And I just think as much as I don't like scary, I think that the Haunted Mansion is one of the best rides Disney's ever created.
No, I agree. And we'll move to favorite parade. Past or present. So is it Starlight? Is that yours, Gina? Starlight, Starbright. First parade
Okay.
I saw tonight.
I'm going to say I have only had the privilege of seeing 2 Disney parades in person because I've never stayed at Disney. I've never seen Paint the Night in person. I've never seen I haven't seen Starlight in person, but that doesn't matter to me. I struggle to choose because I do think the Spectrum Magic's a great parade, but I'm going to go with Main Street Electrical Parade. That is the most nostalgic. I feel like that music hits and you just can't not feel
it's a
something.
banger, as they say.
I can listen to it. I have like the soundtrack of Walt Disney World, and I just love that music. I feel something. I remember I loved it as a kid. I love it as an adult. The colors, it may not be the most technologically impressive as some of the other ones, like Paint the Night. It may not be that party vibe that people say, but to me, it is the epitome of Main Street USA. It is the epitome of old school Magic Kingdom. I love it. The Elliott float will stand as one of my favorites
I love that
ever.
too.
When you go
On mine,
I love
on
that.
mine, I would say Spectro Magic. I really do like that. I liked it because it was kind of like when you were. It was a change at the time. I remember.
But you know what's
it
funny?
well.
I didn't like it when it first came out when I was younger because I didn't like that it all switched to
Is
white.
that shocking to anybody else?
No, but now like it didn't
you
take
like it
long.
now?
It didn't take long.
But do you like it now? So we're saying there's hope for Starlight. You heard it here
There's
first,
no hope for
folks.
Starlight.
You heard it here first, folks. Gina's.
No, I didn't
hypocriticalness
hate
knows
it.
no
I didn't think it was a
bounds.
bad parade. I said I just didn't get the idea of it all
Okay.
changing to white.
Well, now we'll switch. We'll switch.
and the people with the weird faces,
Yeah.
you know, the
Yeah,
Spectrum
that's
men,
creepy.
that was creepy.
Yeah,
But
it was.
the parade overall was still a great parade.
Jabberwockies, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
the parade overall was still a great parade.
We'll switch to maybe you can shed some hate on fireworks shows next.
Okay.
Fireworks show, I will say Illuminations. I said
Oh, okay.
I really enjoyed Illumination because
Yeah.
again, you're in a bigger park with a bigger area and viewing area where you could see stuff, and they lit up the countries. They did all these other things, and it just, to me, it was a
Yeah.
great show. I enjoyed that.
The OG one.
Yeah, the OG
Yeah.
Illuminations.
I am going to again go to Wishes for me, soundtrack wise and fireworks wise, is always going to be my favorite in that category. But Happily Ever After, as far as what they do with those projections and the story, I love seeing the Hunchback like ringing the bell in the. I think that is phenomenal. What
I
they do
loved
with
you
that.
in that movie.
I do.
Quasi.
So I love those both. But the soundtrack of Wishes, I mean, from the second it starts, I love it. That one probably gets me the most emotional.
Mm-hmm.
But I also really do love Happily Ever After.
Okay, makes sense. Epcot Country.
France.
That's your pick.
It is because France has
Is it pre or post Ratatouille?
because I think it has great food. I love Léal. I really enjoy went to Monsieur Paul. I'm not as big into Chefs de France. I love the vibe of it. I love the location of it. I think it's a great place to just
What's the
jet
ice cream?
into.
Anglais, something like.
Yeah, I like and then obviously when they added Ratatouille,
I'll be honest with you.
like
It's not
the
a hot
drinks.
take, but that ice cream sandwich in the actual thing is garbage. Just so you know, it's a neat concept. It's not good. Next.
I think that's a hot take for sure because I think a lot of people do love it.
No, that's not. I'm
But-
like, you know what I saw? I think it was.
It is a hot
on the
take
Lost-
because I know a lot
Lost
of people
Bros.
like it. That's
Like the
what makes
Lost
it a hot
Bros,
take.
The guys
yeah.
from that do the T-shirts and everything
Yeah.
else. I've bumped into them at D23, but it's like, even he said that he was like, he goes,
Right, but I'm
I feel like
saying-
I've never had this. He goes, yeah, not Mike, but it's same thing feel for me. And so
yeah.
you can make a bad choice with some of them, especially the
Right,
alcoholic
for
float
sure.
you can do there too.
But I do love that pavilion just because I like the vibe there. I can hang out. I like it during food and wine. I think
it's a
it's got
solid
good
choice.
options. I think positioning wise in there is comfy. I don't know. I just think it's a beautiful pavilion. So for me,
I think they could have done a little bit more with that expansion with the Ratatouille thing. I think they could have made a restaurant more. With
I would
the-
love to see Chefs de France get a makeover, but
Yeah.
again, I know that's probably a hot
or
take. 'Cause I
move
think
the restaurant and did something back there and did something a little more.
I ate there
grandiose,
not
but-
that long ago, and it was fine. It's just not. But I think there's a lot more in that pavilion than people realize. Like as far as little food options.
No, it's great. They got little store
because you've got the
areas.
crepe place, you've got the little like ice cream place,
You got the
you've
deli
got the
area.
bakery,
Yeah,
you've
bakery.
got Monsieur Paul, plus you've got Chefs de France, you've got
They
the
really
carts
do have.
outside.
It is a hot spot of a lot of offerings. Yeah, like
Yeah.
probably the
plus
most
you
food
have the
offerings of any of the
movie.
countries.
You have the movie over there. Plus you have the
Yeah,
Ratatouille
true, they
ride.
could, yeah.
So there's a lot at that pavilion.
You know what? That's actually a good point. I didn't even think of that, but it's still not my favorite. My favorite is Mexico. And the
yeah.
reason is because it's nostalgia for me going in there. Because I remember being wild as a kid when I went inside and I was outside.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Those
inside.
are very close for me though. Mexico, it's not
But I
hard
love
to
the vibe. I don't love what they've done currently with kind of roping off where the Grand Fiesta Tour is, kind of like the way that line
Queue
goes
area.
right there. I feel like there's never really a line that really justifies that to begin with, but it kind of like shrinks the floor space. And I remember being a little more free flowing. They try to tell you which side to go down for.
But that's
what.
another pavilion
And
with
then
a
as
lot of
La Cava,
offerings.
as La Cava got more popular, they had to make one side like if you're getting in line for this, go over here, which. Maybe a hot take for some people. They're okay. They're okay margaritas, and there is some good stuff. They have some secret ones on there, like some
Neil
drink-
Patrick Harris would disagree with you.
But his is garbage. Like whatever the Black Magic one is, or
Well, I'm
whatever
just
they call
saying
it.
he has his own table there with like his initials.
No,
on
no,
and
it's
stuff. Mm-hmm.
great. No, I don't mind. I like it. I'm like, it's not like it's the height of everything. You're gonna say the best tequila like selection in the world, blah blah. They do have some stuff that's off menu you can ask for too, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say like his drink I had, it was named up like no bueno, bueno-less. And I was like, no, not gonna do it. But I do go in there. I'll get more like when they had the cucumber or jalapeno margarita that was in there. And I've since haven't seen the same one. It was a long time ago. So it had some heat. Of course, it has the tahini rim, everything. It was
I
good.
got that one that was like $50 at Hibiscus, and I didn't realize it was that cost when I ordered it. And thank God you were paying that day. And Danny's like, you got that expensive one? I was like, I didn't realize that was the price of it. I just looked at the description and saw Hibiscus, and I immediately ordered it.
Memories.
But Josh, it would not.
I wish I could have like a little graphic of my wallet open up going, like this at you.
Josh, it would not take much to teeter me in that direction, though, because I feel like it has a lot of the same things going for it. Now, obviously, it doesn't have 2 attractions, essentially, like the France does, but I do think that's a fantastic. I do think that's a fantastic pavilion, and that would definitely be my very close second.
Well, it's like people give like the tips. They're like, okay, if you want to go sit in air conditioning when you go to the Mexican walk up out there, and they're like, if you go through these doors, it leads you in the back of the La Hacienda San Angel.
Yeah. Future episode, breaking down World Showcase one country at a time, because I do think that's...
Yeah, so, but if you can go inside, I always laugh at that one because everybody's like, oh, if you're looking for air conditioning, I'm like, yeah, that's why La Hacienda is not open.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that stops at a certain point of day because they're a dinner place, not so much a lunch kind of place. So keep that in mind, guys, when you watch those things with Disney. Here, go sit in the air conditioning. That's only available when the restaurant's not in service.
But I do love Mexico. I really, really do love that pavilion.
And I do like the fact they have the Margarita little station out there now.
Yep.
And the walk up is actually pretty solid. I'll give it that. Like there's some solid choices on there. It tastes
I agree.
Not bad.
For theme park food, I agree.
San Angel, we'll get to all that stuff as we go through.
That's a
cover
whole
other
nother
things.
episode.
But favorite Epcot cocktail? I have a couple. And something I once really not considered a cocktail anyway, but it's something I get because it's habitual. You want me to lead off?
Yeah.
Recently, I actually enjoy when I go to Italy and getting the espresso martini. It's like it's a pre-made kind of thing when you go into the little wine bar there. So if you go in Tutto Gusto and Tutu Small Table, if you remember any of the content we did. But if you go into the bar there, they'll usher you in if you're going to order from the bar. And you can't really hang out and drink there. It's to go is to go. You know, unless you're going to get a table in there, say get drinks and something to eat. You're just going to pop up, grab your drinks, and get out because there's going to be a line for people to try to get in there. But it's good. They have it mixed up. They do it by pitcher and pitcher. It's not like just sitting in a big thing. They're going like this on. They're mixing them up all the time because people buy them. But that's pretty good. And my other go-to is just I really like going to Germany, and my tradition is getting a Franziskaner beer. It's a Hefeweizen. It's really good. They have like Erdinger and some other things on the menu, and they have like Schafferhofer and all that kind of stuff. But I go because my best buddy Kevin, love him to death. We call him Jump Street. He turned me on to that beer a long time ago. He's loving because it has like a little monk on it.
Right.
And they was missing from Epcot for a long time. They finally brought it back. But I was like, man, this is great. So I'll go and get one of those, and I'll go out and just like my vacation started. And if you saw me toasting in my Cheers Walt shirt, that's what I was drinking. I was drinking one of those. And they also they don't tell you about this. They do have packaged things in Walt Disney World. Not that you want to spend like $12 per beer, but you can buy up to like, I think like 12 beers to go in these places. So if you wanted stuff like from Germany, when you go in there and it's Franziskaner, you can buy the bottles to they package them up for you to take back to your room. So you can't go and pop them open in the park. They won't allow you to do that, but you can take them back with you. So if you're staying at Boardwalk, keep that in mind. If it's a beer you can't find in the area and you want to buy a couple to take back and drink them.
Yeah. I have a couple.
Moving on.
My number one answer is actually going to be a little generic, but I will say I do like, unlike our sister Missy, I do love the Grandma Ye slushy in France. She thinks it tastes like baby aspirin. I think it's good. I also do enjoy just getting what I call my double prosecco in France, where you say I'll take a prosecco, make it a double, and they pour it in like a pint cup. That's nice also. But specifically, the reason I'm going vague on this is because I've had several drinks that fit this description, but they're not always there all the time. If you're at any festival, whatever's got the word hibiscus on the menu is going to be my thing. I'm going to love it if it's something that's like a hibiscus lemonade. Yeah. Anything that's got like a hibiscus lemonade, it's got a hibiscus gin in it, it's got whatever it is. You got me.
That was by like what was the,
it was over by
smoke one or whatever it was. They had like it was over by the playground area outside of Creations. And like they had the hibiscus lemonade.
Yep.
And I'm like, I love that. And
Yep.
then they didn't have the little the hibiscus things. They have the chewy whatever gummy flower thing where it looks like a fruit roll up.
Yeah. I just adore anything like that. Because even back when they had the festival
Or
center.
$50 hibiscus margaritas.
Yeah, that too. When they had the festival center open, the last time that I remember that being open, they had like a hibiscus gin and lemonade kind of like drink there as well. And I love that. Anything with hibiscus. It's weird because I would tell you that I don't like the taste of floral, but I do love anything with hibiscus. I love elderflower. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't want it to taste like floral, like bathroom
so
spray.
you're just drinking old women's perfume.
It doesn't taste like that.
This tastes like White Diamonds
doesn't
by
taste
Liz
like
Taylor.
But that would be my favorite. I would say my go-to cocktail, unless I'm just drinking a glass of champagne around the countries. But if it's going to be specific to Epcot, then that's what I would.
No, I got that.
Pick.
That's good. Favorite Disney souvenir?
As in a specific one I own or a category?
What would you, when you're at Disney?
When I'm at Disney, there's two things I'm always looking for. I like cute shirts and I like Disney jewelry. But cheapy, little dainty Disney jewelry. Because I love having little Disney. Because I like to wear Disney all the time. I'm not the person that only wears Disney when they go to Disney. So I love having cute little Disney earrings. I like little cute Disney dainty necklaces. A dainty necklace is one of my favorite things.
I think the Disney merchandising has fallen off a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there was things. That's why we said when we were talking about Bring Back the Magic. I feel like the things from yesteryear, there was a lot more cool items you could purchase. The things that had more thought behind them.
Mm-hmm.
They had things more attractive. Like I felt like when they did the 50th and all this kind of other stuff.
Yeah,
it was just
I don't own anything. I think with the 50th because it was a little
I love
lackluster.
the pale purple kind of whatever it was, and these. Way to go, support it. But no, it's like the pale purples, all this other stuff. It wasn't
the iridescence.
It wasn't.
I also do love Disney home decor. That's another one that gets me real.
Home decor is cool.
Bowls, cups,
I
pillows,
stopped buying
blankets.
a lot of stuff that was like the souvenir things for
Yeah.
me, but my favorite all-time Disney souvenir is photos. So
Yeah.
any photos you take in the
That's a
park,
good
whether it's
category.
PhotoPass or the ones in my cell phone,
That's a
that's
good
my
answer.
favorite souvenir from any Disney trip.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm pretty sure we're both going to have the same answer for this next question.
Can you hear me pouring my drink into this cup?
Yeah, now it's a,
Is
we'll
it
say
ASMR?
an
Is it
AI
ASMR?
soda ad. Yeah. So we'll say it at the same time. Favorite live stage show?
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Okay.
Yes.
So that
Without fail. Nothing will ever
So if you
top
guys
it.
remember where Muppet Vision 3D was, if you walked around the back, they had a Phineas and Ferb kind of little meet and greet in the corner past
Off
Muppets.
the streets of America.
Off the streets of America, and then back in the back there, they had the Hunchback of Notre Dame. We've mentioned it multiple times. It was the most phenomenal show in Disney because the vocals in the show were really great. The way they did it, the kind of it's just the choreography to everything. The show in general was spectacular. I love the fact they had the juggler in the beginning. He would always do the same bit if it was the same guy. He'd be like, all right, and somebody would take
Diablo
a picture.
sticks and stuff.
He's like, somebody would take a picture. He's juggling. He's like, all right, thanks. Whoever has the flash photography, I'm juggling 6 balls and 1 big white dot.
Kind of like the way people love at the Frozen sing-along, those people that do the little
Yeah, I love this
narration
stuff. And they used to have guys that sang before, the things, or really have little janitors who come up here, act like you're sweeping. They'd go and do a mic take at Beauty and the Beast. But Hunchback, 100%, the guy played Clopin, stole it.
We saw that show so many
Every time we were at the
times.
park.
And Missy, our sister's told us that her husband Sean still has videos of that. And I would love to get it on Legacy Box and we could watch it. But we would go multiple times because who you got made a big difference. If you got a really good Esmeralda, I loved
I
any
remember the guy in the
Hunchback.
Quasimodo mask. Spoiler alert, guys. It was a mask. But it was half thing, but it'd be sitting off and you
Yeah.
have the little mic thing, but it'd be sweating, just pouring
Oh,
down.
yeah.
trying
It
to-
wasn't where you see a lot of times where people do photo ops with Quasimodo, where it's the big full head mask.
Yeah.
This, like Josh said, it was part prosthetic,
Yeah.
and he had his little microphone on there. But I will say what made that show so phenomenal was that, one, it was you felt like you were meant to be in the crowd. You know what I mean? If you're Be Our Guest, it's you're watching what's happening in the Beast Castle or something like that in the Beauty and the Beast show.
Yeah.
This felt because it was the Feast of Fools, you were meant to be in the crowd. So you really were part of it. The entire festival feel of it. Clopin was always amazing. Esmeralda, but also that first moment where you would see the Hunchback, they'd all be singing and then he would show up moving. They'd have him holding a rope that was kind of one of those bungee effects, and he would be going up and down like he was ringing the bell. And it was the grandeur of the performance, the emotion of it. It, to this day,
Still tracks.
I would go see it over and over and over again.
Well, it's
Never
funny that we
fail.
both have the
Love
same. I
it.
knew we both would have the same one.
Without a doubt, I knew that one.
Character experience. Now, this one's a very short-lived one. I believe it was at One Man's Dream. And it was in Hollywood Studios. In the back part of it, I'm pretty sure that's where it was. I'm almost 90% sure. I'm sometimes not always correct, but there was a Star-Lord and Baby Groot meet and greet that was in the back of that. And it was a little animatronic Baby Groot. It was adorable. The guy who plays Star-Lord was really great. I remember getting pictures of my daughter Peyton and I and this guy, and it was awesome. I love that. It's probably my favorite one. What about you, Gina?
I would say that I miss when Dreamfinder would walk around with Figment as a puppet, and it was to scale. So it was like Dreamfinder and Figment, and that was like a very
life
cool...
size, like big overgrown Figment's terrifying. You're like, why is you so big?
I get it. I mean, I've still not gotten to get my pictures with Remy and Emile because I don't understand why they're not a daily meet and greet at the France Pavilion. Yeah. They're very few and far between, and a lot of times like extra things that you have to buy tickets to get that. Yeah. But I get Remy's going to be gigantic. Although I do think it's a miss that they took away at Chefs de France when they used to have the little Remy that would come around on the cart. And I guess, I don't know, people were put thinking there was really a rat in the kitchen.
Oh, God.
But
QUB40.
Yes, yeah. I really do. But I will say another honorable mention is I do think that if you have lunch or dinner at Garden Grill, like I think that Chip and Dale at that restaurant are so fantastic. They're so much fun. I highly recommend it. It's not what I listed for breakfast because I've never done the breakfast there, but I can't imagine it's that much different. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm clarifying why it fell under this for me.
Why don't you just say what your favorite character breakfast is?
This is going to be a hot take because I see this get a lot of hate. I like Chef Mickey's. I think that it's fun to go into the Contemporary and be there. It's nice and big and open. Is it the greatest breakfast you're going to have? No, but for an hour for that price to knock out the Fab Five, I think it's great. I do think it was better pre-COVID. The options they had pre-COVID on the buffet were better. They had a whole nother center section that had donuts and pastries and stuff.
That we've heard the people have been, it's like almost like the retirement place for like, older like Disney employees because like people are pulling like six figures waiting on tables just bringing the orange juice. And I'm like, that's amazing. I mean, that's like a highly sought after position.
I want to hear yours before I mention what my other favorite character breakfast is.
So my favorite character breakfast is the Crystal Palace, Winnie the Pooh and Friends. The reason why is because I do like seeing some characters I don't see all the time throughout the parks. I do like having Winnie the Pooh, Tigger. I'm a Tigger fan. I like him. He's awesome. But the fact is, it's inside the park. So you're already at Magic Kingdom. You can go in there early in the day. Have your breakfast there. You just walk right out and you're ready to hit the ground running.
I would say that same thing about Hollywood and Vine too, because that's a nice.
But I don't like.
That's not my honorable mention, but I would say the same thing. That you're in the park.
That was like Doc McStuffins at one point. And all this other
the characters
stuff.
weren't my favorite options by far. I wish they were more like Hollywood, Minnie and Mickey. They had done that for a while. It was like them and their like MGM.
So what is your honorable mention?
Topolino's. I really enjoyed that. I love the characters. I love the character costumes.
That's a very expensive character experience, but I will tell you, if you go there. Get the steak and eggs or whatever it was on there because it's first of all, it's delicious, but the only thing worth like the $50, $60 price tag it is for like that entree.
Yeah.
I
would say, and a lot of those we've talked about, it's not really a hack. And I can't promise you it's consistent, but a lot of those places that offer like the pick your meal often have a flexibility that if you wanted something more, you could get it. They just don't advertise it that way. I do think at the very least, like pastries and stuff should be like unlimited. And so, because you are paying, again, we're saying it's for the experience, not for the dish that you're buying. Mm-hmm. But I did enjoy, because if you're somebody that goes to Disney regularly, I'm not saying if this is your first Disney trip, that wouldn't be my recommendation for a character meal unless you have like big bucks. Mm-hmm. I would say, and also you got to go out of your way if you're not staying at the Riviera. So time it's going to cost you for that travel. But I will say, if you're somebody that goes frequently and you're looking for something different, the costumes they're wearing are so cute. They're very like artsy themed. Actually, in November, we want to try. My mom and I looked into this, and Josh, your family would be welcome to do also with us. But it's Ravello is at the Four Seasons, and they only do it like 2 days a week, I think. But they have like they're dressed in like Mickey in his little polo shirt, but instead of the polo logo, it's like a little stitched Pluto.
Go have breakfast with the swells.
But I do want to try that.
I'm going to show up there in my Who Farted
That's
t-shirt.
a buffet. That's a buffet also. So I just always think with the buffet, at least you can eat as much as you want. Yes, you do have to get up, and sometimes that can be annoying for some people. But I do think Chef Mickey's was better before COVID. It had more options. Yeah. And then it went to the kind of like what they do at Ohana, which is the, family style. And then it went back to buffet. But I enjoy it. I think for the price I'm paying to get all those characters knocked out for my family, I think it's good.
I think as we go to the next one, which is themed restaurant, I have one in mind with an honorable mention.
Okay.
Okay, so I think the theme restaurant, we're both probably on the same page with like sci-fi dive-in
Yes.
or
The
drive-in
theming,
theater,
there's
or
no restaurant
dine-in
that has
theater.
better theming than that.
That's the best theming, I believe. But my honorable mention will actually be Our Guest in the West Wing.
Yep, I would
So,
too. I agree with that. And even the ballroom. I like the
Does
ballroom
anybody
too.
else, and sound off in the comments if anybody feels like making a comment on this, or if there's a short ever made of this, or like it ends up as an Instagram reel. If you have the same feeling I do when you come in to be our guest and like you'll be sitting in this right hand room, you're like,
Oh, no,
man, it's
no.
like gallery or whatever it is. You're like, this
the
is
ballroom or the West Wing are the only ones.
And then they
worth
cue
it.
the music for the beast. He just walks in, walks out. I'm like, who is he? Why is he walking like Hatchet Face from Crybaby? Like he's got like this kind of like thing. But he comes in and then he walks out. But the West Wing,
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, every time I'm like a little kid.
This is such a good question though, Josh, because I kept pressing myself to go, what could be? In the comments, let us know. Like, what comes to your mind when you hear fantastically themed Disney restaurant?
There's only very few.
Rainforest Cafe. Like, I
There's
mean,
only
it's not a
very
Disney
few
restaurant,
that you
but
can put into that category.
That's what
and
I'm
it's
trying
like
to
theming
think.
could be anything.
T-Rex
It doesn't
and
have to be-
Rainforest don't count
like,
because
theming
they're
could
not
be
Disney
anything,
restaurants.
and it could be themed even to a country. The same thing as the Beer Garden. You know, that
Okay.
has a live show in it, and everything else is the
Okay.
Hoop-de-Doo Review. You've got the Diamond Horseshoe. You've got
Okay.
things like that. That
All right, I guess
or
Josh took
themed
all
in
the
time.
comments.
Themed in
There
time.
goes my baiting people for comments.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
kidding. No,
So-
but I do think, like I said, Rainforest Cafe and T-Rex can't count because they're not Disney
Yeah. So
restaurants.
but they're there.
So at prime time,
Yeah, that's a
could
good
be
one too.
in there.
So snack, favorite Disney
Thank you.
snack.
you know I've mentioned this on previous episodes, or at least one.
Goldfish.
I don't feel like I have that go-to Disney snack the way that you do. I know what your answer is. I don't have one
What
that
do
when
you
I
think my answer is?
Dole Whip.
Okay, you're right.
Such a sexy music on again. I guess as far as a snack I like, I mean, I love a Dole Whip. I'm not
Should I
a big
do it?
I'm not a churro person. Yeah.
Just Josh and his Dole Whip.
I think for
Whippy, Dole Whip deliciousness. Sorry.
for me,
Now I'm hungry.
I guess I'm not a turkey leg person. I used to be popcorn, I told you, but my tummy just can't handle that anymore, so I can't say that, but it was always popcorn in the past. I'd say now it's probably a Mickey pretzel. Like, that's just if I'm going to go. I'm not a Mickey bar person. I used to love the Mouseketeer bars back when I was younger. I'm not a diehard Dole Whip. I enjoy them. I think they're good. But I was trying to think, and I guess it's just a Mickey pretzel. It's kind of
Okay.
womp
Mickey,
womp. It's
Mickey pretzels.
not a diehard for me. I
Favorite-
need one, guys. I need a
And
go-to
we've,
Disney
We've
snack.
covered this in our dining stuff before too, but like favorite quick service restaurant or like stop off of or anything. It could be favorite quick service in general. It could be even somewhere you get a snack from, but it's like, go ahead.
My favorite quick service is Deluxe Burger in Disney Springs. I
that's
really
a
do love it because the burger is my favorite food. For those who don't know, my
Dude, that
burgers-
French onion soup burger they had or
I
something
do
like that
miss the
was-
sauce they used to have. Because if anywhere's
Yeah, I
got
feel
a
like their
horseradish,
sauces were a little
yeah,
different
anywhere
at
that's
one
got a
point.
horseradish sauce has my heart because I love
It is
horseradish.
a tasty burger, Royale
Yes.
with cheese.
But their burgers are very good. I think it's easy to go in and out. But I'll wait and then say what my second one is after you say yours.
Okay, so I would say that mine is. You're never gonna guess it.
Aloha Al.
My favorite quick service.
Yes, isn't that a quick service?
No, you're never gonna guess it though.
Okay, give me the park and I'll guess it.
I feel like you should have known this. You ruined my joke because I thought you were gonna say it right away.
Oh.
Lotus Blossom is my favorite.
Oh,
quick
duh.
service.
I'm an idiot. Damn it.
And this is the last day of our podcast. 'cause
Wait,
Gina
maybe
doesn't
turn to
know
a
me at all.
ghost. Where's your ghost effect that you were playing with before
I
the
don't
show?
have a ghost effect.
Yes, you did. Remember, it's like I disappeared. I looked like I was Yes. Gina's no longer on the podcast.
It's all three of us.
Um,
No, I would say
Yes, I'm so
Lotus
stupid.
Blossom, but I agree again. I'll mention official JVTV. Josh over there said the same thing. He's like, I feel like the portion was different before, and you got more and there was like vegetables and stuff with the orange chicken. The orange chicken I think got a bigger portion before. Now they changed it, but the orange chicken still is incredible, and I love it. So that's my go-to when I go to Epcot. 100% hands down, that's the one I have to do.
I'm going to give two honorable mentions, one of which is going to be I What was I just going to say? Okay, well, one is going to be ABC. I never used to care for that back in the day, but we've talked about it. The food
They've expanded their a little more
food is
refined
really,
palate than chicken tenders and all that stuff.
I really do think
Don't they have like a buffalo chicken grilled cheese or something like that there now?
I've heard that, and I want to try it, but I
Yeah,
always end up
I'd
getting
like
the
to. That sounds
Mediterranean
good to
bowl
me.
that I love there. And then I feel like the other one I was going to say was going to be in Epcot, and now it's like I'm trying to think as I was walking around the countries in my brain, and I was like, not America, not Japan, but there was, Leal. I love Leal in France.
Okay.
And I would go there more often if the line wasn't so astronomical every single time you go there.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that that's a great place as well.
Back in the bakery?
Mm-hmm, yep.
Because they have like that, whatever thing I can never pronounce. Right.
Leal de Patisserie, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't patisserie in my food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the next one. It'll be sit down meal. Favorite sit down. Sit down, I mean, by the fact is like you're actually going, it's like you're having dinner. It's not like you're going grabbing a tray and sitting and doing that. So a sit down meal. And I'm doing this expediently a little bit more towards this to get through some of these the bigger questions, but the Boathouse for me, I feel like, and the Boathouse, by the way, was ranked number 1 as one of the most
That's a good
highest
one.
grossing
It almost makes you
restaurants. I think it's like number 3 in the world now or somewhere in the States.
That almost makes me want to change my answer because
It's like $50 million a year that place brings in.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. I'm like, and it's weird because they said, like, I was watching another podcast and he said, it's like average check of $48. And even he laughed and goes, who has a $48 check at Boathouse? No one.
Yeah.
I'm like, what did you have? One drink?
That is really making me almost willing to change my answer. But for sake of variety, I will not.
Yeah.
I picked Il Molino.
Oh, that's good. It's a chingy, but it's good.
I love Il Molino.
I just like after dinner limoncello shots.
I do, but I just think I love the bar there. I love the lounge area there. I think it's a great
Gina said
meal.
special shout out Taco Bell.
Yeah. No, I do. I do.
As soon as they put one in Mexico, I'm there.
I do really love it. And I said, I'm trying to think. I feel like because obviously Hollywood Studios lost a lot of restaurants. I know Danny loves like Brown Derby, and I enjoy that, but I wouldn't put that like high on my list. In Epcot, I feel like I enjoy Le Cellier. I used to enjoy Coral Reef, but I feel like I really wish they could get their menu together there because I've just the last couple times I haven't had anything.
It's also why
really
you've got to watch how much you drink in Epcot. So
I can't believe you didn't pick the Plaza.
You're not. Oh God, gross. So how much you drink in Epcot, then you go back, you're staying on the boardwalk, and then around 2 a.m. you try to knock on the door to like Epcot. You're like, I know Mexico's open. I know Taco Bell's like 24 hours.
I am going to give you one that maybe not everybody thinks is as great as I do. I like Yachtsman Steakhouse. I feel like that's a great one that when we are staying at the boardwalk.
Well, this is like you're get ahead of the list because I feel like that one would qualify in the next category. I really do. Because
like I go casual there. I don't get dressed up there.
Trying to keep some pace. We always blow through our things, but we had the best intentions when we start podcasting.
It's fine.
But fancy dinner. And I'm like, we're gonna shout out Victoria and Albert's because it's a unicorn of dining and it's not attainable for everybody.
But we do love it.
I don't suggest somebody, if you have the means to do it, by all means, do it. But if you don't stretch it unless it's a really big special occasion and you're a foodie person. Okay.
Don't take food out of your children's mouth to do
that. I'm like, have fun doing a different Disney experience.
Yes,
Go and take them on a
amazing.
Disney VIP tour or something. But mine is actually Flying Fish.
Oh, that's
I would
another
say
good
fancy
one.
dinner, and not like saying you have to be dressed up to the nines, but I feel like it's more of an elegant dinner situation where the menu's refined, the choices are good, the quality's good, and the execution is there.
We need to do that in November.
It is beyond tasty. So
mine's going to be Citrico's.
That's a good
I
one.
love it since the
That's a good
revamp.
one.
I've said it before on the podcast. I absolutely love the
I've
atmosphere
had minimal bad
there.
experiences at Citrico's.
I love the atmosphere there. I love that if you get the right table, you can see the fireworks from there. I think the menu is great. I think the service, I've always had a great experience there. I love that there's a little bar when you first walk in, but then Enchanted Rose is there for either before or after dinner. Now they're going to be adding the bar in the lobby. I love that. On the note, though, of Victoria and Albert's, if you cannot drop the coin on Victoria and Albert's, I would say Monsieur Paul is a great secondary option.
It's not far off.
It's
a couple
very
$100 a
good.
person.
It is not going to be the same kind of experience because remember, it's in the theme park. So Victoria and Albert's is in the Grand Floridian.
Yeah, you're getting dressed up. You're going to dinner.
To be different.
You have
It's not
to
a
be wearing
5-diamond
jacket.
restaurant. It's
the
not a
gentlemen
Michelin
have
star.
to wear a jacket. You have to do those things. So it's
right.
It's,
but I will say, if you're just a foodie looking for a great experience, like definitely shout out to
I thought it
Monsieur
was
Paul.
more
I loved
than
it.
adequate.
I would definitely do it again. I would do it more frequently, obviously cost wise than
I like
Victoria
that.
and Albert's.
I
But
respect it.
I really like that.
I would say the next one is menu item. Okay.
This was hard for me.
So menu item, and I'm like, I have a go-to, and it's not even a high-end kind of thing. My favorite menu item is the queso funditos at San Angel.
I should've
and then
guessed that.
I've been eating these since like the
Those are
mid
good.
to late 80s.
Mid to late 80s. That
I
sounds so
have.
funny. I know, but it
I
sounds so
have.
funny. I've been eating these since the last century.
I've literally been eating these things damn near 40 years. That's why I'm
But
fat.
here's a fun fact about
Well,
how we discovered those.
Okay. Well, fun facts aside. Go ahead.
Okay, that's a cute story. So Josh and I were on a trip with our dad. It was just the three of us, and we went there to
told
eat.
This, though.
Did we? Oh, well, welcome aboard if this is your first time. Anyway, but long story short is that when we got the beef tacos, they look like dog food to us because they were like steak, like marinated. It just
wasn't
didn't
good.
look. It wasn't ground beef, which we were used to from Chi-Chi's.
But they made us this.
So
yeah.
they told us to try the quesadillas, and I think you're right. I just can't keep track of what
Yeah,
we've talked
but
about when we have
the
it.
thing is, I make some good ones too. But
Josh makes great ones. Let's
Thank
have a party. Our meetup. Josh make his quesadillas
Well, I'm gonna
and make
do,
his
I think,
cucumber
a video.
jalapeno
I'm gonna do a
margaritas.
video. Me and you, we're gonna do it. And we're gonna make
Okay.
quesadillo.
I will be the
and we'll go and say
taster.
this is the one. I'll give you my recipe for it. You guys
Okay.
can try it.
And your
But the thing
jalapeno
is,
margaritas.
on that, yeah, jalapeno
Cucumber
margaritas.
jalapeno.
So-
Jalapeno.
Yeah, cucumber jalapeno ones.
Very
yeah,
good.
so they're really
Very
good.
good.
But I will say this too, San Angel. The reason I love those quesadillas is because of the nostalgia thing. Number one, they taste incredible. I
They're
usually just
very
get
good.
2 of those as my entree, and actually one of them might fill you up depending on the day. You don't want to eat too many
Yeah.
because you might have issues later. But it's Mexican food, guys. Sometimes it just goes right through you at the parks, and
Yeah.
we'll have to go over in one of their next episodes. The best place to
That's a
poop
pro
at
tip,
the
though.
parks.
Get the quesadillas and don't order your entree yet.
And you need to
Get
book your
'em,
butt
eat
over
'em,
to
and
America
see.
to that bathroom where you have a little bit of privacy.
But get them, eat them, and then see if you still have room for something else. 'Cause
It is, but
they're
I will
very
tell you
filling.
this: the menu at San Angel is not great. Like, I will say, I love the ambiance there. I love sitting at that restaurant. I love how it feels. I love the quesadilla.
Great
Nothing I
service,
love about
too.
it's great service, but I feel like that's not even towards the authentic Mexican style of things. I feel like it's just a lot of things lack flavor, and I think a lot of things are just not good, and they're not going to be crowd pleasing, especially when it comes to your younger travelers.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. There's not going to be that. You're better off eating at the quick service outside in Mexico than the sit down at San Angel. Just as a tip, okay, guys? Because it's for picky eaters. You're not going to find a lot on there.
Since you said this could be past present.
Yeah.
The first thing that came to mind back in the day, I would have told you it was the burger at Sci-Fi because the burger at Sci-Fi was always my favorite. But the last couple of times I've gone, it hasn't been the same. But I do hear other people saying that they think it's the best burger on property.
Gina's
so,
now in the Bring Back the Burger podcast.
but
The BBB.
I picked the barbecue filet mignon at California Grill because
so good.
that was
They had to bring that back at one point.
that was chef's kiss, quite literally. It was absolutely delicious. One of my favorite meals ever in Disney. So that would be my favorite menu item.
Okay, I like that one. All right, dessert spot.
You know mine.
It's going to be Amorette's.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going Amorette's.
I
okay,
love
which is in
Amorette's. As
Disney
I said on the
Springs.
previous podcast, it's not just because the food is great, which it is. It's also they have wine slushies. Hello, so you got to love that. But it's just an experience. It's an experience. It feels bougie. It feels celebratory.
I don't think
it
you can
feels-
guess mine. And it's nothing to do with the Dole Whip.
Okay, is it in a park?
Yes. 19 questions. Okay, so it's in Italy.
Oh, gelato.
Okay, gelateria.
Okay.
Okay, which is also what you get when you're a little lactose intolerant like myself. So the gelateria comes a little bit later. That's why right next door is America with a better bathroom.
And the Zeppolis.
Yeah. Yeah, Zeppelis are there too, but no, I like getting the gelato there. I'll get something
Yeah.
when they have the
I
stracciatella
see
one and all that
frequent
stuff.
There, though.
But yeah, I like those. I like those a lot.
Okay.
So that would be my choice for the dessert spot. Now let's go non-alcoholic beverage. Any park, Disney refreshment drink, non-alcoholic.
Okay.
Go ahead, Gina.
Aside from me loving a crispy
I'm
thorn,
wrong.
I thought that was your dryer at first. When I heard that, I was like, what the?
Don't ruin the magic. It's right there.
Crispy diet, a crispy Coke. I love the blue freezy, like whatever you want to call them, freezy drinks, the fluffy ones. I don't like the icy slushy
Ones you try to drink, but you can't drink them because they won't go in the
I love the
straw.
fluffy ones. That's what they have at Club Cool. They have them at Typhoon Lagoon. They taste like the blue raspberry.
gotta
Tastes
stir
like
them
a
so they
sweet
come a little bit
tart.
liquid.
And they're so fluffy. I love that as a non-alcoholic drink.
No, that's a good
That's
one. They have like
delicious.
almost like a Monsters Inc. one. I want to say it's at like Starlight or something.
Delicioso. Oh, I got Mozzie one at Cosmic Rays.
Yeah, Cosmic Ray.
Yeah, it was
that's
like
what I'm saying.
purple
Same
and
thing.
blue. Yeah.
Yeah, Starlight Cafe. So, mine is actually, it's funny because you said the blue Freezy. Mine is actually the blue milk in Galaxy's
I knew
Edge.
you were gonna pick that.
And you know what's funny? It's not that it's great, and it's for non-alcohol. I actually prefer to put vodka in it, but I just love it, and it tastes like suntan lotion.
I love things that taste like
I
suntan
don't
lotion.
know.
Kakigori, isn't that what was the one that was in Japan that's over where the
Yeah.
snowballs are, but they have the ones that have like alcohol, I think,
Yeah.
in them. But
Don't get that frozen beer that they have in Japan too. They're like, oh, we got frozen Kirin or something.
yeah,
It's garbage.
But I love
guys.
anything that tastes like suntan lotion.
It
as long
also
as it's
looks
not
like
actual
something
suntan
you'd
lotion.
find in one of those weird urinals.
But milk
like
in
they
the
have like
heat-
the ice in them. I'm like, no, it's not good.
not my
People
vibe.
could say what they want, but I'm telling you right now, that's not good. All right, so favorite Disney Springs shop.
I'm gonna go with Trendy because that is the store I most
a good
often
one.
buy stuff at when I'm in Disney Springs. I love it. There's cute clothes, there's cute little accessories and things like that. I also do really enjoy whatever's going on at the co-op at the time. I like checking that out, but I'm gonna go with that. I know the obvious answer is World of Disney, but for me, as Josh scrambles to change his answer.
Bennigan's in there. I don't know. I'm just under pressure.
Josh said the magic shop.
Disney things.
Sorry, go ahead. Planet Hollywood.
I do enjoy the co-op right there. I do
Yeah.
enjoy that one, but I will go old school, and now it's been ruined. You know what? Basin. I like buying soap.
Arribas Brothers.
Yeah. I like watching that same guy with the glasses when
Right.
it looks like he's like part like Roger Rabbit villain.
The Leftorium.
No, yeah, the left-handed shot. No, it used to be back in the day. Art of Disney, they had a lot better stuff in there. Shout out to my buddy Tim Rogerson because he was always had his stuff in there too.
Yeah.
But I will say World of Disney. Okay, now you ruined it. But World of Disney because chances are if I forgot to get something in the parks, it's for sale in there.
I'm sure a lot of people would agree with you anyway, so.
Let's move on to because this is gonna be another hour and a half episode. Congratulations, guys! Strap in. Upgrade. What was the best Disney upgrade that you feel?
There's a lot of things.
No, just pick one.
But my one is going to be the lights on Spaceship Earth. I think that's one of the best upgrades they've done. It didn't compromise it, like that stupid finger that was on there with the wand or the Epcot or the 2000 or whatever. It just shows her off in a way that she deserves. I think it's the definition of a glow up, pun intended. I love those lights on there.
Okay. No, that's a really good one. My upgrade would be the Disney security now.
Oh,
As far
yeah.
as getting in the parks.
Yeah.
So it's a little more
That's a great
efficient going through there. As long as you've like
The best thing to come out
it's
of
a
COVID.
breeze. Yeah, like breeze getting there. I also like the fact on the monorail route, like because you hit security pre getting on the monorail and you don't have to do it in front of the park. So same thing at TTC. Like you go in there, you go through security, you get on the monorail, you're already done. You walk right up to the gates and you get in the park. You don't have to do like when you get on the buses, you go to the park, you go through security to get in. So it's a little bit better this way.
Yeah.
And I feel it's way more efficient. So that's definitely on my upgrade thing. So Disney hack, what is your favorite? This is a tough one. I know when I sent you questions, I was like, this is a tough one to say.
And I'm sure I'll come up with an answer 6 weeks from now when all of a sudden I go,
You don't have
oh,
one?
I do have an answer. But it's kind of like, not going to count maybe, but it is my answer, which is I think the best Disney hack I can give anybody is you got to be willing to screw the plan sometimes. Like that, I know that comes off as like a tip, but I think it's a hack. It will. You've heard me say before, if you are going to Disney and your whole goal is to get as much done as possible, you're missing out on the best part of Disney, which is the experience. Because you're going to say, I rode this, and we're going to say, but what was your experience?
Let yourself.
So sometimes
ready
you gotta
to
say,
begin.
sometimes you
Nailed
gotta say,
it.
screw the plans and let me just like roll with what's going on. Some of my favorite memories have been doing that, and so that's why I'm gonna call it more than a tip. It's a hack because it is going to improve your vacation.
No, 100%. No, I think that's a great one. My actual Disney hack, and this is for you, those of you out there that love using the My Disney Experience app, because you're forced to and you have no choice. So when you're doing your dining reservations,
That's a good one.
here's the deal: downtown Disney Springs, okay, or Disney Springs. I was the downtown Disney, whatever you want to call it. There are restaurants in there that are on open table. Mainly, two in particular that are on there is the Boathouse and is Summer House on the Lake.
Oh, so
And
good. That's
as
another
well
one
as
I should've
a few others, Rainforest, things like that. You can use open table to get a reservation there. You do not have to use My Disney Experience. So keep that in mind when you're looking and say, oh, that's out, I wanted to go there. go on Open Table, put in your things, and they'll have slots in there more often than not. So make sure you use that. The other hack is in the My Disney Experience. If you're allowed to do it, depending on the window, if you have to cancel a Disney plan, you're worried about them billing you or whatever else, just move the reservation to later in the week. If you can, you say, okay, there's a spot here, move it to a different day, and then as soon as it moves, cancel it, because
that is a good hack, actually.
So that way you don't have to worry about it. So now you got to call the
because
restaurant.
I've fallen for that crap before, where I'm just like, oh my god, we're not going to get there in time. Something happened. Somebody showed up, and they wouldn't let me add a person to my reservation and stuff. And they were like, okay, we're going to get charged $10 a person. And I'm like, okay, I get that's a policy.
I feel that's also very deceptive now. Don't deceive Disney and do anything that wouldn't be considered Disney-like.
But it is true that you can just move it and then you can cancel it later.
So,
another hack Josh would love to tell you again about is the Landry's card. That's one of Josh's favorite hacks for getting a table fast at one of the Landry's
if you're going to go to any of those
restaurants.
places.
T-Rex, Rainforest, and Yak and Yeti.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you're in the area, I think Eddie V's and all those kind of things, like, there's
I don't want to
gatekeep
this. I haven't tested it yet, but I'm going to. I also heard that on Open Table is Cake Bake Shop, and that it gets you in earlier than your 60-day dining.
Yeah, that's probably true. I wouldn't doubt it.
Earlier than 60 days.
Anything that's third party. Like it's
so
they've used those things because they already have deals with them anyway.
Right.
So Disney transportation method. What's your favorite?
My favorite is being able to walk. That's my favorite. I love being at the boardwalk and being able to walk in. Like, I love walking because it just gives me the full control.
I thought you would just be like, praise Jesus. I love walking.
No, I love the ability to walk somewhere. It's just a freedom.
I was like mom in the wheelchair.
But I'm going to say.
Like, it's a miracle.
I'm going to say it's very hard for me actually to decide because nostalgically, I love the monorail. I love the experience of being able to do a monorail. I also really do love the little friendship boats, though, because I think they're a very convenient option. But I'm going to go monorail just because it is the epitome of Walt Disney World to me, like since my childhood.
Well, that was easy. Samesies. I just love it because I'm like, please stand clear of the doors, por favor. Mantenga cierto de las puertas. So now we know the monorail one. Mm-hmm. Disney Resort. Your favorite Disney resort?
No secret here. I love the Grand Floridian. I love it. I love everything about it. I have very close second and thirds in the boardwalk.
Well, don't go through yet. You can add them in later.
Okay. I love the Grand. I love it. Love it. Love
mine, resort-wise, I'm going to go Polynesian. I love the feeling of the resort. I love going because I'm more of an island type. You know me, I love the Caribbean.
That's
I love
in my top top.
I love things that are more tropical, in there. I mean, obviously, I told you my favorite place to stay is Old Key West because I love the rooms. Yeah. But I said that feeling of the resort itself.
I love the Polynesian. I love the Polynesian.
I like going late night to like Kona Cafe, getting some wings or
it's
something.
It's also not
sushi.
like, I think I mentioned this before, but like the lobby, the Grand Ceremonial House is not like gigantic. Like when you walk into the Grand, when you walk into the Wilderness Lodge, you walk into the Contemporary, it's a very large building. It's very quaint, and I kind of like that. It definitely does deliver on the idea of like you're in, French Polynesia or Hawaii or.
So, what is your favorite Disney resort pool?
I mean, I think that
everybody's going to say the same
Stormalong Bay.
Stormalong Bay.
But since that's such an obvious one,
the security's locked down there too because it used to be you could pool hop for DVC.
You got to check your magic band to get in there.
I need 6 forms of identification.
And I get it.
People
are paying to stay there because of the pool. They don't want everybody else wandering in that is not paying to stay there. I understand.
Yeah, you don't want to pay good money and have to deal with Gen Pop.
I would say
with you.
I would say that my second favorite, though, since that is such a popular one, is I really do enjoy the pool at the Grand Floridian. Not the one that's like the main one in the center, but the one with the rock waterfall. Yeah. Like that's nice and chill. They've got a couple little cabanas there. They're not as nice as the cabana offering at Stormalong Bay.
I would put it an honorable mention to Boardwalk because you would have a little fun, the little slide area, but they have the leaping lizards or whatever.
Yeah, I do like that bar right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's good. I mean, just because it's right poolside, you can sit there and have. And
I know a lot of the other resorts, like places like Saratoga and Port Orleans and stuff, and obviously Art of Animation have a lot of like fun kid pools. But we're talking like for me,
Caribbean Beach has a fun
I want to chill at the Grand Floridian pool, or I want to hang out at Stormalong Bay. Ideally, in a cabana.
Favorite rainy day activity?
I want you to go first because mine's going to surprise you.
What? Go home? Let's see. So, mine is just resort cocktails. Like, so I'm like, again, I'm sorry for all the drinking themes, guys. We're like, sound like we need to go to meetings or something. But if you're at the resort already, it's raining and you have accessibility into it, just going up to one of the little places, grabbing a couple. This isn't something you do with your kids. Maybe you take them to an activity. All the resorts have activities for children. Do that kind of stuff, but you don't have to venture out, get wet, and you just kind of wait out the storm. Disney, it rains all the time.
Right.
I mean, it rains. Then it's going to get real muggy. It's going to get real hot and everything else right after. It's going to dry up in about 3 seconds. But I would say just going and having a drink in the resort itself and just kind of going around, maybe exploring the resort. Would be my rainy day activity.
If it's a downpour, I absolutely agree with you on that. If it's just raining, mine is actually just being in the parks. I think it's so fun. Some of my favorite memories, there was a trip Josh, Brianna, and I took, just the three of us, and we had dinner reservations somewhere, and we were at Epcot, and it started raining, and we were like, I really don't feel it, because it was a nice dinner. I think it was Grand Destino Tower. We were going to be having dinner, and we were like, oh, I don't feel like going back, changing, and then like going out, and we were like, let's just stay here, and we just drank around the world. We were in sweatshirts because it was like November, and hair wet, and we were just having fun. My son and I have some great pictures of us at Epcot recently.
I didn't have my hair wet.
My son and I
were soaked.
If you're there in the rain and there's a PhotoPass photographer out, like get pictures in the rain. They're so much fun. I have pictures that Caitlin had taken of me and Mozzie when we were in a downpour going to Monsters Inc. and we're just soaking wet. And it's so fun. Like, how often are you in Disney? If you're a local, maybe it's not as exciting. But if you're there on your trip, like, don't let it literally rain on your parade. Like, just go and have fun. If you have the right shoes, because nobody wants to walk around in squishy shoes. That's what they say. Rainy weather, bring extra socks, because even if your shoes are quick dry, your socks may not be. That was my issue on my last trip. But if you're in flip-flops or something like that it doesn't matter, like, just enjoy it. It's so much fun. And a lot of people will leave the park, and then the ride times go down.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So what is, let's see here, what is your favorite Disney collectible you own?
This is really, really hard for me because I don't know that I can think of like a real Disney collectible. I know that sounds dumb. Like, you'd think that as a Disney lover, I would have so much stuff. But weirdly, the first thing that came to my mind is these little old school posters. They're not anything like vintage. They were just something you could buy in the park. But I love them because they're the posters. It makes me think of when you walk into Magic Kingdom and all those posters are all lined up. Obviously, that's the idea. And I love them. Like, I think they're just such a fun dose of Disney at home. So collectible, not really, but I love them. I love them.
You know what my favorite is? My dopey.
Yes.
Right over
Big
here.
thing.
Him. Right here.
Yeah.
And he's actually wearing Muppet Vision 3D glasses because what are they going to do now? They tore it down.
Right.
But yeah, that's my favorite. I love big figs. And
I have a Chip and Dale Big Fig, actually, that I stole from
so
Dad.
that was a big thing. And those things, when they came out in Disney, were like $125, $150.
Yeah.
And they're huge. And I'm like, you figure in terms of Disney now, they'd be like $1,100.
Probably.
But
Yeah.
that's my favorite. So last thing I'll say is, what is your favorite Disney clothing item?
I have a few because I love Disney clothing. I wear it all the time.
Mine's weird and recent.
Mine, and it's funny, one of mine is recent. I love, because I don't love a Spirit jersey as far as the fabric of it. I feel like they're starchy and uncomfortable. But I love when you can find one that's like soft, and very few that I found. My recent being a pink one I wore in a podcast previously, and it's a DVC one. And it's got like glittery bubble letters on the back, says DVC member. It's soft. It's essentially a soft long sleeve t-shirt that was way overpriced because they priced it like a Spirit jersey, even though it's not like the same thing. But I have this, I don't even know where I got it. I have this gray, like, what do you want to call it? What's the word that it's like weathered, kind of like looking, worn gray crew neck that's just got Mickey on it. It's like a darker gray. Got Mickey on it. I love it. It's my, like, I'm at home, rainy day, throw it on. I'm cold, throw it on. It's easy on off because it's not like one of those tight sweatshirts. My son loves it. When I'm out of town, he asks if he can keep it and like sleep with it. I love it. It's just like a cozy little Disney sweatshirt. I don't even think I got it in Disney. I'm pretty sure I didn't. But I love it. It's just nice and cozy.
Mine is actually this t-shirt from Theme Park Chuckle. Trader Sam's Diabetes Talking Tiki Bar. With drinks this sweet, you'll lose your feet.
Is that why you put that as the last thing on the list since you made this list?
No, actually, it's funny. My favorite shirt is actually this Cheers Walt shirt from Theme Park Chuckle. That was a limited edition that's no longer available, but it's my favorite. There you go. Thank you. So that's not why I put it as the last one. I go just that was off the
just
cuff,
perfect.
baby.
It was a perfect segue.
But we do have another section of this now that we've gone through some of our favorites. I'm sure we'll do more later on as we think of more. But this again, it's gonna be another hour and a half.
Was this
episode.
good?
Was this
Was
good?
this
You
any
like-
good?
You guys
I
just tell
thought-
us if you want us to tone them down because I'm like we could talk forever and I'm like.
Like
this is
I
just
said
off
at the
rails.
beginning, nobody asked and we listened. So
Okay.
is it fun to know our favorites?
So-
I don't know.
Actually, it's fitting that we're doing the shout out the day we're recording, but shout out!
Shout out!
Yeah, shout it out loud. Shout, let it all out. All right, Gina, who we shout now? I think we just have one shout
Two.
out.
I have two today.
I think we have 2 shout outs today.
Shout out first to a friend that we were introduced to from another podcast, which is Into the Disneyverse. Is Ashley, and Ashley is Adventure Awaits by Ashley on
Oh,
social
yeah.
media.
By the way, she is wonderful.
She's awesome. She is
She's quickly become one of my favorites.
yeah, she's super fun. She hosts something on Twitch every Tuesday called Theme Park Tavern. Highly recommend you guys checking it out. If you're not familiar with Twitch, get familiar with Twitch.
And if you're not following her, start following her now because she is infinitely better than us. Okay, like most of our friends on there, but she's like her Twitch setup.
It's amazing.
Redunculous.
Amazing what she's doing.
Animations, cool things, Disney trivia.
She is putting the work in there, and for
It's
those
so
of us
cool.
that are in there right now, like
it's Disney
so,
meets D&D kind of like theming, you know,
it's so fun.
tavern-esque kind
It's
of stuff.
so
really
fun.
cool.
And if you're a Disney fan, and again, a lot of people aren't familiar with Twitch, what I've mentioned on our social, but it was an app developed for gamers for like live streaming gaming and everything. But what she does in there is like a mix of like Disney trivia, watching Disney videos, and then like rating Disney
Super
rides. Very
interactive with
interactive,
her-
super
with her,
fun. Great
her
personality.
fans there.
Highly recommend. My other one's going to be for another friend across the pond that we have made, which is Sarah, and she is Disney.magic.everyday, and she's been a huge supporter of our podcast. It's a huge supporter of our podcast. I just love her. We've already made plans again. I'm so grateful because I'm manifesting this trip to Disneyland Paris next year. And between Pat and Sam, and then Sarah, and then there's another couple whose names I don't know how to pronounce because they are very French names. And so I'm
shout
going to
out
have to
Sarah.
learn from. But anyway, Sarah's a great supporter. She's a huge lover of the USA. Now I'm saying that, I'm like, did I bring up Sarah once before? I might have around 4th of July. I can't remember.
She's got to keep mentioning
It's all right.
But
I
God
can't keep
bless you.
track, guys. I can't. But I love you.
And she's awesome, too.
all.
So-
I love you all. So
But
thank
again,
you.
it's funny because as we're recording this, tonight is a new episode of Theme Park Tavern
Yes.
with Ashley.
But not
and-
as you're watching this, because we're recording this on a Tuesday. It will air on a Thursday, but you can catch the following Tuesday because it's every Tuesday, 8 to 10 Eastern.
Trust me, guys, don't miss it. I know I'm over plugging this, but I'm like, when there's things that I see that I know that our audience would enjoy.
Yeah.
And I feel like, by all accounts, Ashley should have more followers than we do. And not like we have a ton, but we appreciate every one. We're growing, and which is awesome. But I feel like when I looked, I'm like, why didn't she have like 15,000?
She will. Her time will
followers
come.
on
All it
here?
takes is
Because
the right people
I feel like
finding it.
she's just doing it. Just
She
keep
is.
it up, you know?
Yeah.
And much like all, I'm not trying to single her out. Nobody else is important. But I'm like, listen. I just said because she has a show she does live. I understand from back when I did multimedia.
All by herself, too.
I did Twitch.
Yeah.
I did Twitch before. I was a Twitch partner in a different lifetime. So I understand how that stuff goes. But
And on that note,
check it
Josh and I have threatened the idea of doing a 24-hour live stream.
we have. So would
What do
anybody
you all
actually
think of
watch that?
Would
That's the
anybody
thing.
watch? I know you wouldn't watch us for 24 full hours, but would anybody be interested if Josh and I did a 24-hour live
But it
stream?
mainly would be a lot of things. If we did something, it'd be like on a Twitch platform.
Play
It'd be something
games,
with playing
do Disney
games,
stuff.
doing things, having special
Keep
guests.
friends
Yeah.
come in, guests and stuff.
That
so.
kind of stuff.
Who knows?
And Gina, tell them what they need to do as they watch this podcast.
Guys, first of all, thank you for being here as always. If you are watching us on YouTube, please make sure to give us a like, a subscribe, hit the notification bell. Again, on Spotify, you don't understand that joke, but it's because the bell literally shows up on my face on the screen.
was a
If
cheeky
you're on
one today.
Spotify, please give us a follow. Either platform, please give us some comments because we really do enjoy that. And then follow us on our social media, which is at BBT Magic Podcast. And that's on Instagram, that's on TikTok. You can also hit up Facebook if you use that. And
And if
yeah.
it doesn't appear on your screen now, your screen's broken.
Oh, don't
Just
miss a
kidding.
minute of the magic because we love interacting with you guys.
100%. And again, shout out to Theme Park Chuckle. And this Trader Sam's Diabetes Tiki Bar shirt with drinks this sweet, you'll lose your feet. Available on Theme Park Chuckle in multiple colors. Thank you so much. And all those proceeds go to support the show, obviously.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so very much for being on our favorites episode. It's only fitting because you are our favorite people. You really are. Thank you so much for being here. And please watch your head and step as you exit the podcast, and we'll see you next time.
Bring back the magic for all to see. Together we'll discover all the joy and glow. In every story, there's a little bit of gold. adventure, let the magic unfold.